Welcome to the Sleepy C and Big D Show.
Hello and welcome to the newest edition of the Sleepy C and Big D Show. With us as always, Sleepy C.
Whoop, whoop.
And to your left,
Fact checker Rosa. Ooh, ooh.
and then
Estrellita.
lovely.
I'm just making up noises now.
Fact checker Rosa in the
thought we
house,
should all
looking
have
like
noises.
Stevie Wonder.
I know she's she got that glaucoma. So
When
she's
you're so cool, you gotta wear shades inside.
Yeah, her future is just so bright. Bright.
That's
in
how
fact.
bright it is. Mm-hmm. Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, the brightest of all of our futures.
Yeah, only Rosa.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for thinking of us.
Are you currently fat checking?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Stevie
So,
Wonder also wore glasses inside.
did he? All right, bravo.
What a dick thing to say.
Hey, it's true.
Wait for it.
Did he know he was black?
My favorite thing about Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great. Way to start us off on the right foot.
You're very red.
I know.
Continue.
It took care of the brown.
Are you warm? Like, I would imagine you would be.
Yes, the dark side of the family.
Yes.
Are you eating an apple on the microphone?
Doesn't it sound great?
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is dying to hear this.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So we touched on a few things.
Speaking of apples,
Right?
in my hand, I have the Coke Dicer 5000.
The new Apple credit card.
Yeah, this is the only thing I'm going to use to cut up my Coke now. Mm-hmm. Listen to this. And then... That's beautiful. That's like an orchestra.
It's like a genuine powder. I don't even know how to a blender mixer.
I don't know if that's appropriate. We're gonna think on that.
Okay, we'll think on that. We'll get Stevie
But that-
Wonder to fact check what it's called. That was a beaut.
Yeah, that sounded glorious, first of all. Second of all, that's that same, we haven't come up with a name for it yet, but the Coke Breaker Downer. This card is like, it has weight. It's like a pound. It may have gold on the inside. No, that's not true. It wouldn't be that strong. It'd be softer.
Yeah.
But it is thick plated. It's probably like 2 credit cards in
one
in width or height or
thickness.
thickness. Thank you. God, I'm like, that's not right. But that is beautiful. I mean, you could cut a person with this, like attack them, like
That's
fucking,
what we're saying. If you were to fling that, I'm sure it'd stick.
like Gambit.
We can
Whew.
sharpen the edges.
Oh my God, we could, but that's also, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Here you go. That's impressive. I just passed the card off to an imaginary person that refuses to speak, so just in case anybody was wondering. Thank you.
We did name her.
I know, but she wants to act like it's just ambiance that I passed the fucking card onto. Like
Just a quiet little setting. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a giggle.
she's like, maybe the crowd will think that she just handed it back to her wallet.
Yeah. Maybe it was Rosa's,
Yeah, perhaps.
but it's not.
It's not at all.
No.
We're not that fancy. I mean,
No, it's not fancy.
I try to be fancier for Rosa, but I mean, I'm not. I'm not fancy. I mean, look at what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my hair. Yeah, what a joke.
You know, a beanie
Oh, and this beanie.
You're wearing a beanie.
I don't know what that means. I'm not really sure.
with the muscle shirt.
There you go. There you go.
There she is.
That's Estrellita. In case anybody wondered.
So now that we know your fashion statement, you're wearing a muscle shirt with a beanie.
To be fair, it started out very brisk on this morning, and I also wore
And
a
pants.
sweater. I wore a sweater this morning also.
In the morning.
Yes. For the record also, though, we all know, well, you may not be as familiarized, but Dave, I've worked here now for almost 5 years. I'm one of those beanies in the summer type assholes, you know?
She's
I can
always
do it.
cold.
Yeah. I can do it. It's atrocious to most people. Like Rosa thinks I'm just the sickest when I do that. Look at her disappointment right there. You can't even see her eyes expression though because of those fucking glasses.
Of the sunglasses, but you could just tell from the way the eyebrows are moving that it's not a
either
happy
that
face.
or she's like playing a game on her phone or something.
Yeah, this could be
Or
a little
she's
bit
on
of
her
both.
or she's on her Finstagram.
She's
I don't know if you guys
so
I don't know if you guys know what Finstagram is. Her Finsta. It's a fake Instagram app, or I mean a fake Instagram account. Pardon me.
why do we have a fake account?
So that she could probably like just look around at whoever
Oh,
and wherever, whoever.
That's ridiculous.
so she's stalking Shakira?
Somehow there's somebody that was suggested you're following her. Or
Her fake account?
Or her fake account, whatever, or her not. She says it's not hers.
Okay.
But you're a follower, and she has 6 other followers, and it says, Rosa, yep.
And I was just like,
Just beep it.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah. Beep, beep it. Beep, beep it. But it's just real weird, because, like, it's very specific, and that's her favorite number.
Oh.
Like, of all the weird things in the world, right?
But yet she's logged into the fake account?
No.
Okay, so she can't get into the fake account.
Supposedly.
But the fake account is posting.
No posts, but followers.
Weird.
like she said, there's 6 followers.
Huh.
7, including him.
Okay, 7.
Wow.
And additionally,
That being said.
it's an open public account, whereas her account, I think, is private.
Oh.
I'm not sure because obviously I'm friends with her on there. Yeah. We learned about the terminology Finsta from the show Working Moms. Fucking hilarious show, by the way. I mean, of course, it's got a little bit of everything. I mean, there's definitely some serious moments and some, what's the terms I'm looking for? Like the drama. They got drama. It's not like they got action. There's no Rambo scenes or nothing like that.
They don't go in a gunfight.
But no. Well, actually,
Small action scenes.
small action scenes. But that being said, fantastic show. I'm
Working
actually
Moms.
super, super bummed that it's
Put
over.
it on your local TV.
And like, you don't have to be a working mom, obviously, to like it.
Is it a
'cause
series
clearly
or a
I like
one-time
it.
show or movie?
It's a 3-seasoner. It's on
Okay.
Netflix. It's a Canad thing.
Okay.
So it's very well rounded.
Good.
The opening scene is going to throw you off, probably anybody who cares to watch it. It's definitely like, whoa, what's going on here? And then my sister said that it was kind of, because I asked her, I was like, oh my god, she's either already seen it or she loves this shit.
What drew you into this? You found it yourself? You were told?
PETA was watching it, right? PETA started watching it, and we just caught a couple episodes, or maybe just part of an episode or something. And holy fuck, just laughing our asses off. Because again, you don't have to be a mom to find the hilarity in parenting.
What's it, a la the sitcom-ish? What are we talking
Not
about here?
Not sitcom-ish. It's I don't know how to. It's not reality TV, obviously, but
Right,
it's
is it a comedy? Is
Yes.
it?
I think it's a
meant
drama.
to be a comedy.
Yeah, it's like a.
it's a dramedy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
A stab behind that.
not like a rom-com, but
No.
a drom-com.
Yeah. For sure, more dram than rom. That's for sure.
Okay.
Definitely some rom. There's some rom.
Right.
But there's dram to get through before.
Got it.
So,
Tears are shed.
yes.
So
Yeah.
it's a girly show.
No.
No.
I'm telling you, you know what? You don't have to, don't watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's cool.
Because you still haven't watched Let's Go to Prison.
Yeah, I know, but the things that I'm recommending are funnier and
Okay, so Rosa agrees, and that means
can you share? Is it your Finstagram?
No, it's what you said.
Okay.
yes, she's laughing
Oh, I don't shit.
at you.
I think you know why? I think my mom said she watched it and she was not that impressed. I think she said the funniest part was the part that we talked about.
No, it's got many segments.
All right. Can we just fucking watch it? She says, "Yeah, girl, like she's pro for
Yeah,
it."
like she's the one that's been trying. And you keep saying no.
I'm like, no, fuck
it.
Dave.
Yeah,
I don't want to fucking watch
let him
that.
wait. Just because he's watched everything we've recommended, there's no reason that you shouldn't.
He totally fucking has, dude. He's
Right.
watched everything. He's like, well, go
It's
ahead.
labeled as gal pals,
I'm sorry, who do you think you are?
workplace.
Yeah, this.
You're not our fact checker. I'm just playing, everybody.
Canadian.
That's what I said, Canad. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I like to say Canad. It sounds real cool. And you know how sometimes I'll say Canada. For the record, I know it's fucking Canada, everyone. I don't want...
Canuck.
Yeah, what? That's a team from Canada. Again, I know
Canada.
it's... I know... Did you not just hear me? I
No,
know
I
it's
know.
Canada.
You also say Italian, so.
Yeah, yeah. I like to say things funny.
Right. Like
You know.
Tapatio.
Tapatio. Put some Tapatio on it. Did you put my tap back, by the way?
I did. You
Okay,
were there.
That's true. I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry, in a brashness, I was like, no, he didn't. But
Katie
yes.
was here last week. For those that remember, Katie's mom was the one that was anti-Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just discussing a little bit about that. You haven't heard from her since then.
I heard from her just recently, but it was because I got an invite to her birthday party,
Okay.
but we're unable to attend. It was a birthday dinner. I say
So
party
she's
like
not
we're
boycotting
10.
you since then?
He's talking about her mom.
Oh
Yeah, her
no,
mom.
yeah, no. I'm sorry. I've spoken with Katie. I have not since spoken with him. I mean, to be fair,
Now, I remember you said that she sent you a link or something to
Oh,
go to
yeah.
Popeyes.
yeah.
Like,
Did you
hey,
get that?
bitch.
It was like a tag. It was like a Facebook tag or something. Like, here, why don't you try the Popeyes sandwich?
Yeah.
That's all the rage right now.
That's
Fuck
not
Chick-fil-A.
anti-gay, right?
Yeah, and I think it even had an article attached that was said like Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A and why you should choose Popeyes or something like that. And I was just like, okay, fuck.
I like Chick-fil-A.
I like it so much.
And now that you spoke about how you've been there yet again with
We did take Esther, but we talked about that already, and we can't talk about it again until we have Esther here.
Right.
We need her. We can't just keep referencing that.
Well,
but
from-
what we can talk about is that Estrella hooked it up the other day and got us that for lunch.
oh,
Yeah. The problem is though is that she sent.
wasn't here
I think
for
she
that.
sent a man to pick it up, and they did not get the fucking sauces.
oh no,
They're unaware of the hard nippleizing sauce,
right?
and that's a disappointment.
That is,
Yeah.
If they knew,
I was super, super bummed out about it.
I bet. I mean,
I made it through. I mean, it's not like I didn't eat the food still. I fucking crushed
let's not
it.
Get that wrong.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
But-
come on now.
I got it through DoorDash, and then sometimes there's these really good DoorDashers where they have all the sauces. But
I like the way you
there's
said
some-
that. They got all the sauces.
And then there's some that don't even give you a straw for your drink.
Fuck off. That's horrible.
Or
That's.
napkins.
But that's what's wrong with the world today is that nobody really gives a shit. Even
when
if
they're
it
getting
is their
paid,
job.
it's
Yeah,
like-
yes, yeah. It's like the one of the, not my job, not my problem. But motherfucker, it is your job. And
it's
that's
still
a
not
problem.
their problem.
When I used to drive delivery,
Yes,
I'd have a stack of paper plates for the night. I'd have fucking stacks of napkins. I'd take like a fucking bag, like, because we'd get, like Costco napkins. They came in this, they have like a little white piece of packaging paper that held a bundle together, right?
Didn't you
I'd
get
take
in
a fucking
trouble?
bundle with me.
for bringing too much ranch.
Yeah, my boss used to get mad because I would bring, like, for a large pizza, minimum 4 ranch cups. Minimum. It's a fucking large. 16 slices. Imagine you have 16 slices, maybe, this is unrealistic in my house because I feel like we could accomplish this with 2 or 3, but a large pizza, maybe 4 people, okay, can eat that and have 4 slices each, right? And then what? They'd fucking have to share a 1 cup of ranch? Eat a dick. That's horrible.
Fight to the death.
Yeah, no. I don't wanna have them American Gladiator the shit when I leave there. I mean, maybe if they tip me well, it doesn't really matter. I'll just go about my business. But I want that repeat customer. I want those repeat tips. But yeah, I mean,
No
all
one-
the shit. Peppers, the Parmesan cheese,
Yeah.
all of it. If they had salads, I'd even bring options like Italian and
There it is
blue
again.
cheese for the dressings. You gotta fucking be prepared. I mean, what do you... Like, don't get me wrong. I tip, like, when we order from one of 2 places, one more often than the other. And typically, about at least 50% of the time, we go pick up. The other 50% of the time, though, I will say I always tip because I've been a delivery driver for the record, we live like a mile away from the place, so it's not like it's far. But I still do a standard $5 minimum. If they fucking do all the things they need to do, they bring me all my shit, and it's in a timely manner, though, I'm going to tip them better than that.
Yeah.
And that's how it was when I drove.
That's how it works. You got everything you wanted, and you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to call. You had everything that you needed, if not more.
I've gotten literally like $20 bill, $40 bill tips because of being prepared. And I say it like that because preparedness is the factor. That's a huge deal, and people just aren't. They're just not ready. It's a real bummer. I mean, if you go that one extra step, could get you $10 extra.
That was an amazing rant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I felt really good about it. You know why? Because
it flowed nicely. My only question was, did you really need to say it was 50% that you pick up, and the other 50 is when they brought it to you?
I mean, more so.
What other option was there?
I'm saying that the percentages, like we don't typically have delivery.
But half the time you do.
You know what? I'm not even going to say half the time. Eat a dick, yeah. Just be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared. Get your tips. Do your job. And, I mean, God bless America.
But to just expect, and that's the thing too. I mean, like I know that's common. What is that? Reservoir Dogs, where they have the fucking argument at the diner. Okay, classic scene. All right, the fucking what's his name? Oh my god, with the bulgy eyes, he kind of looks Steve Buscemi.
Hey Stevie, can you look that up for us?
Fact checker. I'm gonna say 99% positive. It's Steve Buscemi. He's a firefighter in real life, also, or was.
Oh, I was not aware of that either.
Really, he was a firefighter before he became an actor, and he actually assisted with the World Trade Center catastrophe, like because there were so many firefighters down or injured, and they were shorthanded, so he totally was volunteering.
Lovely.
Anyways,
restaurant scene.
I really hope I'm right about the name now, but he's always in all the. He was in Armageddon, Steve Buscemi, and he's also in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him.
Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
So, anyways, classic argument, and this is where I think the things differ, is that waiters and waitresses, I understand, is a different pay frame, which to me still doesn't even seem legal. To this day, that still seems like the most illegal, fucked up shit. But there he is, Steve Buscemi. That's my guy. He throws a fucking fit about having to throw in on tip. And for those of you that haven't seen it, I'm not ruining any plot points, okay? Just fucking calm down. And if you haven't seen it, it's been like 30 years almost, so get the fuck with it. It hasn't been that long, but almost, right? I know, I'm like, it's been like...
But she's got it right in front of her. Let's hear it.
Came out in 92.
Fucking close, though. Fucking close. 92 would have been my first, but I didn't feel comfortable with it, so I went 94.
You always go with your first.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways.
Throws a fit about tipping?
So he throws a fit about... It's a fucking dollar. But again, times are different than a dollar is a big section of the tip or whatever. So he, the guy's collecting all the money, and he says, wait a minute, I'm sure, somebody didn't put in for tip. And they said, it's this fucking guy. He doesn't want a tip. He says they don't deserve the tip, this and that. And he does put on a strong argument about the fact that, that's your fucking job. I shouldn't have to tip you to just do your regular old job. And I agree with that. And I typically, again, I always, for the record, for anybody that gives a fuck, I do tip typically well or over unnecessarily. Yep. But it's more so I'm protecting myself. I want to come back to that place if I'm tipping over.
Especially when it's coming to food, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you could make me die. So
well,
here we go. At least to the point where I might want to die because nobody likes that food poisoning. That's a real bitch.
And they remember you next time. You get that little extra
they
thing
fucking
here,
do.
A little extra soup, there, a little, can I get your refill?
Our Chinese food place, he knows us as pot stickers. Like, that's us. Every time we come in, he'll be like, pot stickers.
Come to find out, every gay or lesbian couple that comes in,
that's what he calls them all.
Pot stickers.
And he calls the gay guys egg rolls.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. But bottom line, I understand the argument though from Steve Buscemi saying they shouldn't fucking have to do or put down extra money for that fact.
You're
But
right.
the fact does remain that waiters and waitresses are paid shit somehow. I don't know. Again, I don't understand how that fucking works, but they totally are paid at like a lesser scale on their tips, and then they get taxed on their tips too on top of it.
Yeah, they're paid a minimum wage because of the tipping.
But it's even less than minimum wage. Like I've seen people saying that they make like $7.25. That was minimum wage like 8 years ago. Like when I started working.
Federal minimum
so it's more than 8
wage,
years, but yeah. But I mean that's just insane. So yes, for the record, I do definitely tip waiters and waitresses.
My complaint on tipping is the included tip.
Yes, ooh.
After so many, like I don't.
Fuck
you
that.
know what? If you didn't do a good job, I'm not forced to pay 18%.
And
I should be able to adjust that whatever it needs to be. So
one, you should be able to adjust that, and then two, the worst part is then even still, there's a gratuity line on there for you.
yeah, you
to
can
add
add,
more.
which is fine if they did a fantastic job and
Absolutely.
whatever it equals out, and you want to add more, that's great. But I shouldn't have to be paying 18%
Right off
because
top.
you're guaranteed tips. You can do a shit job.
You know already. Well, I don't really have to care because I know on this 5-person group I'm gonna make X amount.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a real bummer. It just allows the room for neglect and not even neglect, just like absence of care. I don't even know how to go further with my thoughts there. But.
Yeah. Well, in segue to that, so we went to Nashville last week.
Yes.
And so tip-wise, yeah, it was a lot of that.
Yeah,
it
I would
was
imagine.
Bar after bar after bar after bar, and each one had the tipping and
But the
food
alcohol and
things
food
like
wasn't
that.
as expensive, right?
It's not cheaper.
I mean, it's not cheap.
It's your normal thing. $8 for a beer, $10 to $12 for a mixed drink, things like that. Because it's a tourist thing, so
Okay.
they do all that. But definitely a must go at least once.
See, the trick is so you do that. Yeah, you do that like the one night, and then for the rest of the time, you either buy some alcohol and bring it back to your room, or you go to the next town and fucking get drunk there because it's not
you go where the locals go.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
That way, you're not paying outrageous bullshit. I mean, again, for what it's worth, like when we went on our honeymoon, we totally paid, the regular bullshit everywhere because that's what you do. I mean, but we did go to like a local spot where that shit was considerably cheaper. Like that fish fry that we did, it was like, I think it was like $15, and you got a bunch of shit though.
right.
I was just like, all right, that's pretty cool. And it's like they're big ass fish, or they had other stuff too. And I'm just spacing right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, so how was the rest of your Nashville trip though?
So it's interesting. Like I said, I would definitely go once.
Just to experience
just
it.
to try it out, especially if you like country music, or if you like just music in general, because it's everywhere. Open window bars, so you can hear it in the streets.
All in
You're
the
hearing
streets.
like 10, 11 different bands playing at once, and all this stuff going on. Or you
Open window bars, huh?
Yep. You can walk by on the streets. The windows are opened up to the atmosphere. Sleepy C has got a little giggle going on.
Well, you mentioned open window bars, and it just gave me this inside feeling, like this rush of emotions. It kind of just took me back. There's something about inside or open window places that just, they hold a sweet spot in my heart. Let me delve into that a little bit.
Are you stealing stuff?
No. Although I could see why you
Right?
went there. It's the buffness, right?
Right.
But
Not if we ask Katie.
one time, not if we ask Katie. I know Katie doesn't think I'm buff enough to fucking pull down a door. Rude. You guys think so, right? Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anywho,
The open window bar.
well, one time, no, believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a little,
gun shy?
yeah, I'm a little nervous about how I mention it.
Rosie, you
Well,
want to take
anyways.
this one?
You got it.
I don't know if I got it, but one time, under no substance at all, we went to this restaurant place, and we both could have sworn, like Rosa left me, she went to the bathroom, and I was just kind of left to take in this place on my own. And it was real confusing. I thought maybe that there was more seating upstairs. I went up there and, like, there was children bouncing off. It was like a scene out of, like, a scary movie, but, like, in the weirdest sense. Like, children's music is playing, wheels on the bus go round and round. And these fucking kids are kind of singing it and then also screaming and falling down on each other, just falling all over the place and screaming children. Like, blood curdling, okay? Not just like, you know, I can deal with kids screaming. It's fine. So I'm like, no, I'll sit down here. We'll take this seat down here, bottom of the stairs, right? It's a 2-tier thing. It turns out that whole section, I guess, was a child's area. I don't know. There was parents or whatever up there too. Obviously, it's not just like a fucking runaround, run free. So I chose the seat close to what I thought was a big open window with a view of the street. I was like, wow, that's great. Rosa comes back and, like, I don't know what happened that made me, like, reach or whatever, but I did, like, kind of, like, I think I stumbled or something and thought that there was going to be a window there, and there was not window. Like, and she thought, she was like, so what the fuck? Like, we were both, like, in awe, like, holy shit. It was like the zoo scene from Harry Potter when they go to the zoo for the field trip and he learns that he's a fucking parcel tongue, and then the fucking... he falls through into the snake cage or whatever the fuck.
So you fell through.
So there was glass. I didn't fall. Okay. I didn't fall through, but I definitely, like, stumbled a little bit, and I was just like, oh my god, there's no window here. Like, what the fuck? Super mind blown. And I mean, like I said, I was not the only one. I thought like maybe I'm just a fucking crazy person, but Rosa was totally tripped out too, and it was a whole different thing.
What kind of cloth cleaner do they use on this thing? I can't see a streak.
Super impressive. Okay.
You didn't feel a breeze? You didn't realize there was noise coming through?
No. At first, it was just like dead. Well, that's the thing is there's so much fucking noise in this place. It was chaotic, okay? So, no, I couldn't differentiate sounds, and you know I'm, like, a trifle deaf.
Yeah.
So it's like a mixture of all of it. The culmination of everything together just fucked me up and mind-tricked me. All right? Even still, I mean, like, again, okay, so let's be fair. I have poor vision. But Rosa was fooled also, okay? It was yes, definitely.
I like how you started it with under no any intoxication of any kind or nothing.
I said circumstances.
Right?
I'm just kidding. Shut up, fact checker. What the fuck? You're supposed to have my back.
Right?
Instantly threw me under the bus.
Yes.
Wheels on the bus go. Anyways.
Oh, that will work.
That was a nice little full circle there, huh? That was great.
You mentioned that you had chatted just a little bit with Grandma?
Yeah, just briefly.
Just to check in?
We didn't talk for too long.
Did you face talk?
No, we didn't. I actually was just trying to get her on the phone because I feel like I hadn't heard from her, and we have been emailing.
Okay.
So, and then she sent me an email that one of our family members has passed, and that's not to be said. You know, he wasn't taken early. I mean, it's so heartbreaking. But oddly enough, we did not talk about that when we talked on the phone. We had only emailed about that, and I feel like maybe she didn't want to talk about it when she called me.
Right.
And maybe that's why. But we ended up talking about a bunch of other stuff. Like, she found a different place that she's super interested in renting, and, like, it's a really good deal.
Good.
As far as for what she can afford and what is,
Do they
being
take
offered.
cats?
Well, I don't think we brought that to the table, okay? I think that's like
That's a slider, huh?
Yeah, we're just going to see how things go to begin with.
If they happen to show up, they show up.
Well,
right?
and it's more so of we don't even know, this is a big variable because the person's looking to rent out the place by, like, mid-October.
Uh-huh.
And Grandma's current lease isn't up till January the end of December. So realistically, it's like, it's definitely not a guarantee. This guy could find somebody tomorrow. You know what I mean? Realistically, so it's just a big question mark currently. But she was really excited. She did like the place, the location. She said the yard definitely needs some work, but she has done quite a bit with her backyard. Of course, at the time with the help of my uncle also. But she mows her little backyard all the time anyway, when it needs it. So it's not like she can't do,
Right.
enough to bring it back. Her plan is she said it's all dirt. It's so shitty right now that it's all just, it's like the fucking last people that rented just let it go to shit.
Go.
So she said, well, shoot, maybe just, and I say shoot because that's what my grandma would say.
Right.
She would not say shit like I said 7 times before this.
Prior to.
Yeah. But she said, oh, shoot, I could probably just even bring some of it back just by watering it. And I was just like, fuck yeah, probably. I didn't say that though either because when I talk to grandma, I don't swear as often as I can. Like I do mess up sometimes and I've totally dropped F-bombs. But, it is what it is, and I always apologize immediately after. And she knows. She's just like, she'll be like, "Oh, you little," and I'm
That's
just like,
why you don't let her hear the podcast.
yeah, that's why Grandma has yet to hear it. Oh, there's so many things. Just the Coke jokes alone, I don't think she could handle that.
I mean, just the starting of this one.
I know. Did I say something about the Coke season's almost over?
The Coke Mixer 5000.
Oh, the Coke Mixer 5000. It's the.
What do you mean the Coke season's almost over? We're going into Christmas, isn't that what?
Well, I mean, you don't do Coke when it's like cold. You got nose running all the time already. You're just gonna waste it or
it's
what?
Snowing,
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was one of those. I was too short for that.
Right?
But yeah,
Seriously.
I guess that does make sense to go into the snow season like that with snow. but here it doesn't snow, so
Correct. Well, it does every other night.
Where's the invite, man?
Right.
Where's the invite?
Well, we got to ask Michelle.
And now,
apparently.
now we
He's
got to
the
invite
card,
you so that you can cut it all up for
bring
us.
Bring the card over.
No peer pressure, but bring that card.
Michelle, come by with that card.
Yeah, no reason. Nothing, no big deal. We don't have plans.
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, can your card come out?
She's like, I don't really feel comfortable with this, you guys. We're like, it's okay, just leave the card and we'll give it back.
The cool thing, it doesn't have numbers, so you can't.
Yeah, I would not do that anyways.
No.
Unless I was strung out on Coke, then maybe I would use somebody else's.
Does your dealer take Apple Pay?
You know what? They really got to get with it. I mean, at this day and age, they at least have to have that Q reader.
The square?
Yeah.
There's somewhere you could tap your card, not even swipe it or chip it. You just double tap, or
Double tap,
Future.
like Zombieland.
Like Zombieland, yep. Rule number 5, I think.
I don't know. Do you know Zombieland 2's coming out?
Is it finally? I heard
Yes.
there were rumors about it, but
Yeah, it's
I've
finally
seen nothing
almost
else.
ready, so.
Okay, that's awesome. I heard they also got the all original cast, which is huge for me.
I believe so.
That's a big deal to me. Like, I hate when they do that, and there's no precedence for it, or explanation. What is it? Punisher? They did the first Punisher with
Yep.
Tom Jane, and then they did the second Punisher with the guy I don't know, but it was heartbreaking. And then they also changed some things. I don't know if it, to be honest, I never looked into it after my disappointment in it. I just, don't get me wrong, the second Punisher was great. The action was insane. To be honest, some of it was a little bit too much, only because the way that they filmed so closely, you couldn't actually see the full move in its entirety. You just saw an up close fucking ruffling.
Yeah.
But yeah, that first Punisher, I mean, nothing tops that. What's his fucking name? John Travolta. I mean, come on.
Getting drugged through the cars at the end.
Yeah, that was
Spoiler
badass. If you haven't seen that, that's your fucking fault also.
Again, another 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, I mean, get with the shit. So anyways, but movies like that it pisses me off. I can't stand it. But, there are some that we get through. Like, Fast and the Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. They did a full, I know they brought it, they were trying to,
Incorporate more and blah, 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 but...
And at that time, I know they didn't realize that they were going to go 12 more movies.
Yeah.
So, that being said. But I thought it was definitely weird. Like, the first, 5 times I watched it, I was like, man, fucking...
Have you seen the trailer to the new Joker?
Oh, yes.
Have you heard all the negative responses and everything?
Really? There's been negative responses? I think it looks great.
Movie-wise, yes, but the outcry has been too much realistic, violence and things like that. It's promoting, mental illness as a negative and things like that. That you're more prone to violence.
Tell them to read a fucking comic book, and they'll know that that's the Joker. Like there's Arkham Asylum. Okay, sometimes badness stems from anybody. It doesn't mean you have to have a mental illness. It doesn't mean you don't have to have one.
It's the world we live in.
But
now
oh
unfortunately, you have to protect everyone from yourself.
I saw something the other day, and it was the perfect description of my emotions.
They have a little PSA underneath the trailer now. That this does not promote violence of any kind in public and things like that.
I saw a post the other day that said something like, "You need to learn how to get past your triggers and not expect other people to walk around them on eggshells," which is really, because think about it. If you go through life like that, thinking that that's a trigger that I have and you shouldn't talk about it. Fuck, man, that's going to be every single thing for every single person is going to have a different thing. I mean, what if I walked around and said, "Well, I can't know you if you have divorced parents because that's a trigger for me because my parents have been divorced." What kind of bullshit is that?
It's bullshit.
That's fucking insane. And again, I'm not putting down people that have triggers or I have fucking super bad anxiety about stupid things. I think they're just ridiculous, but I have them and I have to deal with that. It's not your fault, Estrella, that I can't, fucking be comfortable getting a back massage. Okay, that's my own fault. Don't go to the fucking back massage place then.
Well, after the story, it's probably not your fault.
That one wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, no. I think we all agree it wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything for that one. That was Rosa's fault for taking you there.
And she left me alone.
Right.
She left us.
She made a point. She
left us.
She made it a point to go, separate rooms, please.
Yeah.
If she wanted the happy ending, she could have the happy ending.
Give her the old trick hip.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, it's just that statement alone, because again, I feel like I know we started this podcast with intentions of being like more brazen, but I'm just a big pussy, so I can't, like, there are things like, even if I say something, I'm like, "Oh, sorry though for whoever that might offend, my bad."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And that's a thing that I have, because you know what that is? That's an anxiety of a fear of hurting somebody else's feelings. But realistically, people hurt my fucking feelings all the time, and I don't bring it up because guess what? Who the fuck am I going to see that person again? If it's somebody, you know what I mean? If it's like a friend or something and they do something that you didn't expect or whatever, then you say maybe, "Hey, by the way, I fucking didn't like that," or whatever. Maybe try not to do that around me. But I also, it would be something realistic, like not, "Hey, your parents are divorced, don't tell me about it." Mm-hmm. I can't hear that because it just brings up all the years of the several divorces that I have been through in my life. Not me personally, but you know what I mean. It just, that's the way I feel about it, and I feel like that post fully engulfed my emotions on that. Like, you can't just expect everyone else to fucking not say something that may trigger you. You need to find a place within yourself that you can get past that fucking feeling or learn how to cope with it. I'm not saying you're gonna fucking just overnight be like, "Well, I'm okay with, fucking this, that, or whatever." It sucks. I'm trying to think of things, but because I'm so, like,
worked up.
Yeah, I'm so, like, into this conversation that I can't think of an example of something that's stupid.
Well, it's all stupid.
It is, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just exhausting. And that's the thing is, I feel like that makes me I don't even like people anymore because they're just...
That's the world. That's how it is now. That's why everything is online and you don't have to go out in the world anymore because you can't cope with anyone. And the more apparently I learned that half my street is self-taught at home now. So no one even goes to school anymore. For protection and things like that. And bullying.
Holy
all the
fuck.
stuff. So, yeah. So it's a thing, and I guess it's California lets you stay home, and it's not like before where you had to do special things. They actually teach you from home now, and the school still gets their credits and things like that. And so
that's insane.
Yeah,
just to bring up, because we're still on the topic, and because it's another post that literally fits this perfectly. and I don't know because it's the internet, so who knows if it was this guy that actually said it, but it was supposedly said by Daniel Craig, the fucking...
if it's on the internet, it has to be
right,
true.
it's on the internet, so... But 007, the latest, the
Yeah.
elderly gentleman, 007. Not Pierce Brosnan or Sir... Oh, fuck. Anthony Hopkins. No, that's
No.
wrong. Sir...
Sean Connery.
He's also a Sir, though, isn't he? Sean Connery's a Sir
He
also.
is. Roger
Okay, thank
Moore.
you. Thank you. Anyways, that's neither here nor... We're not going to go through all the 007s.
Oh, I thought we were doing a list.
I mean,
Okay.
we could... I mean, anyways. But
Craig.
there's a post that, again, I don't know if it's literally for him, but I like the fucking post. And it's just like, my kid has been raised that, if you are in his face or whatever, he's going to ask you, or please don't touch me, or please back up, or this or that or whatever. And if your kid does it again, my kid has been trained to punch your kid in the face. That's how the fuck I feel about it. Go ahead, suspend them. I'm going to come down and throw a fucking fit about it too, though. I mean, that's for sure. Maybe I'll punch somebody in the face myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's how... It's not... If you're going to be a bully, you're going to get hit back. You know what I mean?
That's how it works.
I mean, and I'll have multiple kids so that if they have to, I'll send the older one down to beat up, whatever. Because I know it's frowned upon if I went down and hit a kid
come on,
or
like,
whatever.
You're the same size as them. It's
I
gotta
know
be
it
fair.
should be fair, but I'm easily 80 pounds heavier.
And
Easily.
you've been working out.
Yeah, and I'm buff now.
All
So
of that door opening.
yeah, all that garage door lifting.
Yeah.
That's my garage door noise. I guess I don't know why. I'm sorry.
That's what it sounds like. So.
It's pretty spot on if you ask me.
Yeah, it was dead on, I think.
But as far as I don't know, things have just gotten to a whole new level, and I get it. I mean, I have a friend who was bullied so badly that she left school. Girls can be real Cuntosaurus rexes.
Everyone's seen Mean Girls.
Girls are the worst, though. I mean, boys getting in a fight, that's one thing, you know what I mean? Like, but girls will say things, and it's terrible, and I get that. But it made her a stronger human being now. You know what I mean? Like, she went through some bullshit. She did leave school for a while, but then she went back to school and was better for it. And now she don't take no shit from nobody.
Bravo, Rosa, bravo.
It's not my wife.
I
but,
was just teasing.
oh, I was like,
Seeing that she's
but
paying attention.
my wife don't take no shit from nobody though. That's for
Well,
sure.
that's why I figured it was her.
I think that comes from having older sisters.
That'll happen.
That's something that I did not have, so it's like, I'm like
That's why you're the
nervous and
anxiety
anxious.
ridden.
Yeah. I'm just like, am I setting a good example?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
I did not set a good example. Several times. What did you say?
Sanser.
Were you gonna share?
It's a fucking show. Oh my god! It's called Super Jail. It's a cartoon
the worst.
show, but it's like a terrible. It's not for children. It's definitely not for children.
The worst thing
NSFW, not safe for work. It's called Super Jail, and I actually used to watch it like back when I lived in Oakley, off Applegate. And I'm getting real.
Why don't you give us the address?
10 Applegate Lane.
Yeah, great.
I don't live there now, so you don't have to bleep that out.
No, I'm not going to.
Good. But anyways, I lived there, and I had a friend he was super into that show. I think he had like the DVD box collection or whatever. But we just recently watched it. Well, I say recently. It was like 6 months ago. Super Jail. Please, like, you don't have to fucking watch Super
I'm
Moms.
not going to.
Or Super Moms,
Oh.
Working Moms. But watch Super Jail. Anyways, there's this episode where somehow this girl from like the cancer wing of the hospital gets kidnapped or brought back. I think it's when in the opening scene where the robot brings the guy back and he accidentally because he's dressed as Santa Claus, and the kid crawls into the bag and accidentally gets taken back to the super jail. Every episode opens with the guy returning to jail. It's the same guy. He breaks out after every episode, and then he returns out after at the beginning of every new episode. So this cancer patient little girl goes in with them on accident, and she ends up like going around. One of the guards, or not guards, one of the prisoners is like, "Oh, I heard it's your birthday," or whatever. Like it looks like it's going to be a bad scene, like they're about to like abduct this little girl or hurt her or something. And it turns out like they're all just a bunch of softies. All these prisoners are like, "Let's have a story time." Like it ends up being like real heartfelt. And the guy, he's like trying to read. He sees the bracelet on her hand, and it says cancer, and he goes, This must be your name. Sanser. Sanser, yes, Sanser. And for the rest of the episode, like, I was just being a real creep to Rosa, and I was just be like, hey, Sanser. And then they make her a cake and everything too, and they're like, "Oh, it's the date on her wrist was the day that she was expected to die."
Oh, wow!
And they thought it was her birthday, so they make her a fucking cake and put candles in it and shit, and she's like dying. Like, oh my god, it seems super brutal, and it kind of lightweight is, but it's cartoon fashion, so it's kind of lighter, you know?
Yeah, because it's cartoon.
Yeah, it makes it a little less because it's like super fake.
Yeah.
So seriously though, recommend that hard. Tell Enrique, he'll love it. I'm telling you, it's like it's like Rick and Morty-ish, but a little bit more disturbing in some scenarios. Yeah. Anyways, a lot of good recommendations on this episode, you guys.
Yeah, so we went a little bit more straightforward this time.
Sanser. I want to watch it right now.
Back to our normal.
Yeah, sorry, you guys. I guess I had
things.
some heavy emotions on my heart. I guess I don't know.
Well, what are you going to do?
I had a lot of thoughts today, which is usually not the case. I usually just when I have no thoughts, I resort to food. So here you guys go. This is genuine thoughts.
So, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with another new episode, and we'll get back to our craziness
And don't forget to tip your waitresses.
18% minimum.
20 if they're good.
And drivers that bring napkins and plates.
Only if they bring napkins and plates, but if they forget the fucking sauce, send them back.
Call their manager.
Oh, shit.
Do a Yelp review.
She's trying to get fired.